All right, welcome to CSURams.com. Back with Mark Driscoll, Brian Roth with you. It's Colorado State off now to a 1-1 start. Mark, they get a 23-14 win over UTSA on Saturday, and boy, that was a game that Colorado State had to have.
It was a must-win. If a second game of the year is a must-win after the hard loss with CU, Brian, it was a really great first half on the offensive side of the ball. Rams came out, ran the ball extremely well, made some big plays. From the get-go, the defense of the Rams came out with a different philosophy, a lot of blitzes, a lot of movement up front, pressure constantly on Dalton Sturm, the UTSA quarterback, and they did an excellent job of continuing to contain their pretty high-powered offense.
Right.
Did a great job. Offense didn't move the ball much the second half, but it was still good enough. D held on and got a nice win.
Yeah, I thought it was a great bounce-back game for that defense. Obviously, much maligned that season opener. They bounced back. How about the second half? I mean, they shut out UTSA. They had 6 sacks in the entire contest and really picked the offense up, which is something you like to see, again, going back to that season opener for the D. And Marty English told us last week, we thought they'd be more aggressive. They were a lot more aggressive.
They were a lot more aggressive. So much of what's fun about football is tempo and momentum. Those sort of unseen things that the fans, what's happening here, and all of a sudden one team's winning and one team isn't. The tempo of the defense set the tone for the entire game. They did a great job of just up the field, stunts all over the place, and it was a lot of fun to watch and ended up being the difference in the game, really.
Obviously, one of the big stories of the game was Colin Hill, the freshman, coming in the fourth quarter, went 2 of 6, 26 yards. I think we're a little surprised that he did come in the game, but Mike Bobo saying after the contest that, hey, listen, we were always preparing him to play. I mean, it wasn't like we said, hey, he's going to redshirt, and all of a sudden they shifted gears and changed plans in that contest. So Colin Hill comes in, and on Wednesday, Mike Bobo announced that the true freshman will make his first career start coming up Saturday against UNC.
If there's a big weakness for the team so far, Brian, it's in the passing game. Rams have not had any consistency at all in the passing game. Some difficulties with protection, but a lot of it is the quarterback play. And Colin Hill is clearly the best pure passer among the three. He's proven himself. He got a big, strong arm. He's 6'5". He can stand in there. And it seems clear that coaches decided, all right, we know we've got the running game. We've got some momentum in that with Dalen Dawkins running the ball extremely well. Let's get this passing game cleaned up.
Yep, it's going to have to get better as the year goes on. There's just no question about that. They're going to get Xavier Williams back off a 2-game suspension. That should help bolster that receiving core. But again, Colin Hill's going to make the start coming up on Saturday afternoon. All right, the UNC Bears are the opponent. It's the 21st meeting between the two teams. Colorado State has won 19, lost 0. There was one tie all the way back in 1890.
Back before the Can you imagine that, a tie?
Right. And so a long time ago. But this is a UNC team for the second consecutive year is off to a 2-0 start. Last year they went 6-5. It was the first time in over a decade that they had a winning season. And Mark, this offense, I don't care who the competition is, they're averaging over 55 points per game.
They run the spread. They're in the shotgun every time. 3 wideouts most of the time, sometimes 5 wideouts. Run basic running plays, just zone plays, once in a little bit of zone read, but not very much. It is a drop back and sling it through for 4. The backup quarterback came in last week, Kyle Sloter, who was a transfer from Southern Miss.
Where he played wide receiver, not quarterback.
Yeah, never played quarterback for a while. Comes in and throws for 408. He's the National Offensive Player of the Year in FBS. Yeah. So it's really interesting to see what they've been able to do with the offense. When Ernest Collins came in, the offense has been continually getting better and better and better. He's an offensive-minded coach, and they've improved every year. Last year in the 6-5 team, they were highly ranked in the Big Sky in offense. So that's been an emphasis. Throwing the ball all over the yard, wide open play.
Yeah, I mean, averaging nearly 600 yards of total offense per contest are the Bears through the first 2 games here this year. So Colorado State, an opportunity to go to 2-1 on the season with UNC. We'll have pregame coverage on the radio side of things at 12 noon. Kickoff, of course, coming at 2 o'clock here coming up on Saturday afternoon. All right, for Mark Driscoll, Brian Roth, thanks for tuning in here to CSURams.com.
Stay! Stay.